morning, sir. What's going on with you?
Good, how you, man?
Good, man. I realize I'm really starting to enjoy this shit, man. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like these are the most extensive conversations that you and I have like ever had. Like the cool thing about this, and we should make sure I post this part, is that like we're actually like just doing friend shit and using this podcast as an excuse to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is kind of like getting to know you in a way that I haven't before. So
No,
that's cool.
we'll never get to that point, but those are some of the best podcasts, bro. Those are some of
Right?
the best podcasts. You just like, yo, they really look like they fuck with each other. Those are the ones I like.
In a new song, every night is picture day. And I'm iPhone ready, good smoke, strong, Becky flyness. I'm on heavy. They can't find what I'm sporting, that lead to hating. Still fresh like I'm 14 or either 18. Be crushing and flip flop, this is hip hop. Wardrobe studio, we man take this walk.
Shit, yo, like you said, I'm hyped. I got a lot of shit.
Good.
Where we gonna start? I guess since we was talking about my lady, I will let you know this. She did tell me I'm racist because I fuck with Action Bronson and not Ghostface.
That's
Um,
funny. You could tell, you got to tell her that Action Bronson is Albanian. So at the very least, you know what I'm saying? Like he's, you know what I'm saying? He's like down with the niggas of white people. Let's call it that.
so all right, so we talking about storytellers.
We are talking about
Um,
storytellers. Hold on, people team.
I
It ain't a rap
just
team. It ain't a rap team, but I'm feeling the joint. Man, you know what I mean?
oh,
Well, I got
shout out.
that cars and clips tee on the way.
Okay,
The shit with the cars hands, that
yeah,
shit I had to do it.
I'm here. I'm here. Well, since we're doing that, shout out to my cousin. This is by Chauncey. So yeah, small
Chauncey,
production.
a very gifted artist. He's been sharing his art on the group chat. I'm on with Rel and everybody.
Okay.
Yep.
Two things we could talk about. Either the junk I just sent you, with the youngin saying Jim Jones is better than Nas, or we can talk about the Wale situation a little bit. I got smoke for both of them joints.
Yo, man, there's the thing about kids.
Fuck them kids. That's the thing. Go ahead.
First of all, fuck them kids. But the thing about kids is that they don't understand that the world existed before they got here. And like you could just come out here with your chest and be like, Pop Champagne is a classic. I mean, I stopped right there. I was like, when he started counting records that Jim Jones has, like you couldn't tell me one word of Summer in Miami.
Yo,
I couldn't.
but bro, it's funny because I want these niggas to actually ride for Jim Jones. When he said balling, I like, all right.
He
When he
said,
said
that's one. The
when
host was like, that's one.
when he said Summer in Miami, I was like, I give you props because that's a cut. It's a classic, but it's not a. We're talking about Nas, so it's not a classic, but it is a niggas know type shit. You know what I mean? And I gotta understand this nigga from Harlem.
People are in such a hurry to try to dethrone Nas.
It's
People. There's a whole group of people out there who will tell you that Kendrick Lamar is better than Nas and he's had a better career than Nas. And it's just like you just can't do that. You just can't. Like you can't look at pioneers who set the fucking path for somebody else and be like, yeah, the other person did it better. Like you just can't. Like you just can't do that. And kids really, I understand, the world is foreign to you. The world that existed prior to you being here is foreign. But
yeah,
like saying the, the
with
records
the
that he
chest.
used, and don't make me yell at Jim Jones. I love Jim Jones. Like I feel like Jim Jones is such a great hip hop story
Mhm.
because Jim Jones literally could barely put words together when he first started rapping. Like I did not want to hear words that came out of Jim Jones's mouth. And I think that he's legitimately dope
Yeah,
now. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't listen to a whole album of him, but like Jim got some shit
yeah.
and he's had some shit and he works really fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? Like
And I
I
think that'd be
have
the problem. I think that'd be the problem with this conversation. It'd be like we'd be diminishing somebody that really deserves props because y'all said something ignorant out y'all mouth.
exactly. And I won't do it. I won't do it. Jim
Yeah.
Jones deserves all the fucking props. He's a survivor. You know what I'm saying? Like you could argue that Joel's is nicer than him,
Mm.
but like Joel's clearly hasn't outworked him in any capacity.
Yeah.
And Jim is a real survivor in hip hop, real hustler. You know, I got nothing bad to say about him.
Yeah.
But let's cut the bullshit.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let's get to this Wale situation.
What happened? What happened with Wale?
You don't know for real?
Nah.
Well, this is
I mean,
beautiful.
I see people talking about him, but what the fuck happened?
Okay, so at the BET Awards, I guess before it got started, underground or whatever.
Oh, I
Um,
know what happened. This
okay,
shit with Kai
okay.
Cenat.
So the second step where he said something to him at the when he gave him that, like, yo, that shit went crazy. You making me look crazy?
Let's go through it real quick for everybody who might not have
Okay.
seen it.
Okay,
Because
so the first
because my wife told me, but I didn't see all the clips.
all right, so the first piece was, like I said, before the show got started, he went, I guess, underground when he was at the cars or whatever. Casanat was walking to his van. He seen
Right,
somebody because he
right.
never said a name, so I will say that. He said, "What's up, broski?" He gave the dude dap. He said, "What you playing on the Switch?" Dude said, "Smash Bros." What's name said, "I'll crush you in that." Hopped in the car.
Hmm.
He's talking to his driver. This, that, and the third. He said, "Oh, that dude I just seen is somebody." You know what I mean? He said, my
Right,
chat's going crazy. That dude is somebody. He said,
right.
some dude named Wales. He said some dude named Wale. You know what I mean? No,
Yeah,
no, my fault. He said some dude named Wally. He said
yeah.
some dude named Wally. And then the driver was like,
Which we all did. Which we all did when he came out. I used to call him Whale.
so look, so I'm a benchmark it right there because I don't
Yeah,
like kids. Because we let kids say dumb shit out their mouth.
correct.
The mistake I just made was that he said Wales, which means that's what you see.
Right.
The fact that he said Wally makes me think that
You can't even read, my dog.
it makes me think he's acting dumb. You know
Yeah,
what I
right,
mean? You know who
right.
he is. All right, so the second step was when they get up in the BET Awards, while they go up to him, it's like, oh, that joint's going crazy, man. You making me look crazy. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just that and the third. So
Was it genuinely on some like was he pressing him or was he just joking around like
he was. I'll put it this way, and it will make the perfect sense. It's Wale.
everybody knows Wale's a dickhead.
I
He's
wouldn't
known
even
for that.
go. I wouldn't go as far as dickhead. I go as far as sensitive, very
I
sensitive.
I don't think he's a dickhead. Like
Yeah.
I kind of understand this some of the shit that he gets mad about.
Hmm.
But so what I caught is I was in the comments of a tweet. Somebody was like, "Yo, why is Wale not bigger in DC?" And then I clicked on it, and people said a whole bunch of shit. That's literally not why.
Hmm.
But what everybody was saying was he's an asshole. He's an
Hmm.
asshole over and over again. He's an asshole. He rubs people the wrong way, and not even like his public persona, but like people that are like, "I'm from DC," and he's a dick, like that.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
what I meant. But like, yeah, he is very sensitive, and
Yeah.
and I think you could make the argument like Crit, right? Shit went left for him, and it shouldn't have.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it should have. I think that he made a very poor choice signing to MMG. I think that he would probably say that that's the
Hmm.
biggest move in my career, and they obviously tried to do right by him. I
Hmm.
just don't think that he really fit there, and it took a few records for him to get to. Like, I don't think that Wale's career should be summarized as like he was the girl song rapper.
Yeah, Marcy, 'cause it's funny because like that's the only, I guess, down part of Wale's career is the question of why he went to them. Like he had a very good career, besides the fact that he
He
could put out music at the rate that I think some people would like.
he
But
was
as far
naked.
as
He was
those,
naked, man. I think he was out here naked. Like he signed that pause. I think that he signed that Mark Ronson shit, and it went left. And I think that MMG pulled him out of the fire, and he, you know what I'm saying. He just wanted to be, you know what I'm saying. He was like, "What's the best next move?" Instead of just taking that shit on the chin and going back and making another record,
Mhm.
he went with what felt like the security blanket of rolling with this new team. And, somebody makes you feel valued, you're
Yeah,
gonna fuck with that, and I get it. But like me personally, I feel like he abandoned his style. Like I was a big ass Wale fan. Those mixtapes, Mixtape About Nothing, the first one
Yeah.
and the second one, but also 100 Miles of Running and the one after that. I forget the name, but like I feel
What
like
changed? What do you feel like? What do you feel like changed? I don't feel like
he
I don't
stopped
feel like
doing the go-go shit. That's what changed for me. That's what pissed me off. I was like, why is he not doing the go-go shit?
mm,
Like there is no rapper who who did the go-go shit
mm,
consistently. And those beats were fucking crazy. Like the first mixtape About Nothing goes so hard. And it's not like he did nothing but go-go beats for all the first few
yeah,
mixtapes. He did a bunch of freestyles, he did a bunch of different shit. He was rapping over alternative type beats, but the mixtape About Nothing, he really hit with something with that. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Even the ones that like Back in the Go-Go is still my fucking joint. You know what I'm saying? Like he really hit something. And I feel like he didn't want to do the go-go shit the way that KD didn't want to come back to play for DC.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like on that.
He
He
didn't want
was
to be
like,
pigeonholed.
yeah, right. He didn't, but it's like, dog, you would have been a pioneer. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like nobody did this before. And it was so fucking dope. Like that's the shit that pissed me off. I was like, dog, you really let somebody else take it. And nobody's done it since.
yeah, yeah.
Nobody's done it since. Nobody's even tried. And he was the dude to do it,
And
you
it's
know?
funny, and it's funny even with all that said, it's like, and he had a great career. Like he had
Yeah.
a great career, dog. So
And
many
he,
hits.
and he still can. Like, by the
And that's
way,
and
you're
that's
not
what
dead, homie.
but that's what gets me about the Casanat situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
He
I
played.
got to
So you think he played him? You think he curved him
yes.
on purpose? Like,
Yeah.
who's Wally?
It's
And
it's two part. It's two part. Like I think he played him, and I do understand the whole he be so busy he don't be recognizing shit. I
yeah,
do understand that. But even people in his comments were like, nah, he be acting ignorant to shit. And it was like, yo, his whole chat knew who the dude was, which
but you
is
didn't.
yeah, so it's the same age group. So it's like I feel like
Yeah.
we be giving kids excuses a lot of times. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
Castanat is legitimately, people have to understand these streamer cats are now as big as any star in the world. And it's hard to wrap your head around it because these dudes have essentially no talent. They're not doing anything.
mhm,
They like these dudes just record themselves living their lives all day. Like the shit that Kai Cenat does with that over the top enthusiasm, that over the top, like it's just I can't, man. This shit is streaming, but like I Show Speed is like these dudes are like legitimately some of the most recognized faces in the world, and so I think that he would absolutely feel himself and try to G check Wale, excuse me, try to G check Wale as if he don't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? I did say Wale, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's and
at the
yeah,
same time, but we gonna put him. We should be talking about Wale this long.
nah,
But at the same time, like Wale wasn't just a rapper. Like he's big as shit in fashion and he's big as shit in wrestling. So I
and
don't.
sneakers,
So
and
those are just.
sneakers.
So it's just an excuse for you to say, nah. And like I said, he jacking them. Are you a black business owner? Are you a black business supporter? Or maybe you're a black business owner supporting other black businesses. Are you supporting a black business owner whose business is supporting the business of being black? Whether you own it, support it, or live it, rock the shirt that says it all. Available now. Because we just don't do business. We are the business.
Yeah, I agree. He probably did.
So, Storyteller. Yeah, you see I'm
I'm
smiling at
excited.
shit. You see
I'm
I'm smiling at
excited.
shit. I'm hyped. I ain't like I always say, I ain't gonna say I didn't understand the directions. I just had to have more fun doing something different. Um,
Okay. Well, this is your topic, so you can't blame me for not understanding the directions.
so I do have storytellers, but then when I started looking up people, I ended up with like some of my favorite songs, if that makes sense.
I think we did the same thing. I
Fine.
landed on some people that I'm like, I don't know how prolific they are as storytellers, but because they did this one joint, they really should be mentioned.
Yeah, and then there's some people who I'm pretty sure I've heard good stories from them, but it's like the way they spit is just so vivid. You see everything they're saying already.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So I got a mixture of all that. It's definitely not just five, so we're just gonna do this until we get bored.
Let's do it.
Did you see the song I sent you? Did you listen to that at all?
God damn it. And I don't think so. Which one did you send me?
Song called 2 a.m. by Big X the Plug.
Oh, fuck. I saw you sent it and I forgot to click on that joint. My
I'm just
bad.
tripping because Big X the Plug came up again, dog. Like
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, it's
He's
funny.
probably gonna come up a few times. The dude is
Yeah,
on his
yeah.
way.
Shout
He's
out
on
to
his
him,
way.
man. It's definitely a fire story.
It's a dope story.
I won't ruin it for you. Like I said, I'll just leave it at that. And I
My
will.
bad. I
No,
missed
you
the
good.
homework assignment. I'll
Like
pull
I
it
said
up.
it to you 5 minutes ago. You good?
Oh, you just said? Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro. I woke up hyped, dog. I woke up hyped. I sent you that. I
Yeah.
sent you the Nas joint. Like I was just like, let's go. But
Yeah.
yeah, check that joint out.
All
Like I
right.
said, we can go back and forth like till we.
So, all right. So for me, I wanted to make sure I cited specific examples in this. So I'll get the one out of the way. And Nas has to be the greatest story of all time. Like I think it's Nas. Nas is like a movie director, like a Scorsese with this movie with the stories. Like I don't think anybody goes out of their way to make sure that every album has an actual story where the whole song is a story. Like Nas, like you really, I couldn't find anybody's catalog, and maybe that's just me fucking up. But when you have, I think One Love, people could just say is probably the greatest hip hop story of all time, or the most iconic one. You know, is One
One
Love.
that put me on to Nas is
One Love.
no, gave
Oh,
you
my
power.
bad.
No, no. I mean, I knew of One Love, but the one that made me fall in love with Nas, because I'm not a Nas fan,
Yeah,
but one of my favorite albums is what's the second one? It was
it
written.
was written. It was written.
All right, so gave you power.
How do I even not give you power? I don't even have give you power on my list, and that's
Bro,
crazy.
that is
He spawned, and what gave you power spawned so many other people telling stories from the perspective of an inanimate object. So many other people have done that after gave you power. So
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So I have One Love. I have Shootouts from the same album because last week there was another show that was talking about that story from Shootouts, which is just a stupid, crazy story. Blaze of 50 is obviously Blaze of 50 is like a movie, you know. Rewind when he tells the story
Hold
backwards,
on,
everybody knows.
it just popped in my head. Nas so good at telling stories that he made Nori good at it also.
Oh, what? Body in the Trunk? Body in the Trunk is so crazy, and I think that's another one I don't have on the list. Body in the Trunk is so, and I really enjoyed Nori's story
Yeah, like
actually. Yeah, yeah. And so all right, so let me. I don't want to take too long. So you
so.
got what go?
So I think every time we make a list, there's going to be like this list is by him. Like the name of the list is him because both of us really agree on him being the thing. So
He
that's Nas for this.
Yeah. So we can skip. I mean, you got the biography of Rakim where he's telling a true story. You know, he's even telling true stories like
Yeah,
the biography of Rakim. Papa was a player. Get down. What goes around. You know, he's different. He's the goat to me, and I think it's just because he's the one who does it the most. He makes a real effort to do that.
okay.
Who you got?
Um, this is so fun. Skills.
Mm,
Song called Preaching to the Choir.
mm,
Then he has another song called My Phone. Actually, that whole $1 million backpack is just full of stories. Like Skills is
mm.
definitely a slept on, and it's not just the VA in me, but it's like, well, I wouldn't really know, tell you the truth. But he just a very, and his stories are just so fucking vivid also, man. Like you either check out a project or check out both of them on My Phone, which is basically him just telling y'all the people he bumping into and putting their name in his phone, just and the third, all these wild stories.
Right.
He's a celebrity, you know what I mean? And then
Right.
at the end he drops his phone and just get ran over. So
Oh, that's funny.
it's like it's like yeah.
He's got a great sense of humor. He's obviously like you know, super underrated in the sense that like people don't realize this is one of the most talented MCs that's ever done it, and like underrated for me too. Like I really don't. I'm not even a Skillz fan. I don't even like listen to a lot of his shit. But like objectively speaking, like on it, that dude could be on any song with any dude at any given moment. Like he's that guy.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's had the success that he's had in the realm that he had it. You know,
Mm.
yes sir.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so my next one because I really just had a top three. My
Oh,
top
yeah, I
three
got cool.
was Nas. It was Nas, Ghost, and Rick and Slick Rick.
Mm.
Um,
Eat
and
still?
so I mean, I'll say why. Like so, Ghostface. The reason I think Ghostface is right there next to Nas is because Ghostface will be on a song with a bunch of dudes giving you bars, giving you bar work, and he just comes with a story out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like the song don't even be a story about stories or a theme or nothing. Like for example, and I wanted to tell this because you said when you said he don't even talk about nothing, I regretted not spitting this one particular verse, and I won't hold you too much of this. The joint he goes, bottles going off in the church. We broke the wine, smacked the pastor. Didn't know Pop had asthma. He pulled out his blue Bible. Change fell out his coat. 3 condoms, 2 dice, 1 bag of dope. Ooh, Rev ain't right. His church ain't right. Deacon is a pimp, could tell by his ice. Mrs. Clark said, Brother Starks, meet you in the parking lot. Heard you had red tops out, and I want to lie. Shirley fainted dead on the spot. 2 ushers took $20 right out the pot. Oh shit. Like, like he'll
The
he'll
oh
he'll
shit is the best part
oh
there.
right. He'll hit you with a story in the middle of nothing for no fucking reason. And it'd be the dopest, illest story. Like, you know what I mean? Like when he said that the ushers took $20 out the collection plate to go outside and get red tops from him. I was like, oh man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Like,
Rev ain't right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He got so many joints like that, where the story just comes out of nowhere, but he just takes over the record, and all of a sudden you in that world. So that and I chose Slick Rick because like truthfully I hadn't thought of he's the pioneer. Like Rick is Ghost and Nas would sit here and be like, if it wasn't for Rick telling stories, then wouldn't none of us have told stories.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I give him that. The new album came out yesterday. I won't really feeling it too tough. He's 61 years old or something like that. God bless him. But yeah, who you got?
The beats were hot. The beats were hot. It definitely was background noise. Like I really found myself like just drifting off in thought while this shit was going on. Like, yo, what is going on, bro? I
I
felt
just don't even understand what he's saying. Like I don't have a reference point for the shit that he's saying or why he's saying what he's saying.
yeah,
Like I just kind
yeah.
of don't get it.
And
And
it didn't sound like he was dated. That wasn't the problem. He did sound like himself
he
also.
sound like him. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was just like, it's a lot of words going on, nothing really talking about. But
Yeah.
yeah, since I guess the rest is about me, um, Lupe, the cool,
He
I
got some
think it's the
stories.
one where he got hella shit, especially on
Hip Hop Saved My Life is Hip Hop Saved My Life is one of the greatest hip hop songs ever made. Period. Period. And he got other shit too. Other
yeah,
crazy stories. He has the joint uh
the
the
cool,
joint
the cool when the dude when he died and get out of the grave and
yeah,
uh,
that and what's the one on Drill Music in Babylon? The shit where he
Little
raps.
Soldiers
No, the one where he raps from the perspective of your hands. Like, yo, like
in the
he's talking
box.
about your hands. I don't even know the name of the joint, but like it's just like I gave you power, but it's from the perspective of his hands.
He got the song about the idiot box. When
Oh man.
all 3 verses basically use all the same words, but it's a completely different story every time, but it's seen from a different perspective. Like the
Yeah.
way the next person I'm about to talk about, Joyner Lucas.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
He
yeah.
got this song called Ron's Cappuccino or something like that.
Mm,
And it's basically you seen the movie Alpha Dog with Justin
nah.
Timberlake?
Uh
When so it's basically a situation where as a kid in school, he befriends this dude, not knowing that this dude is trying to get into a gang. So you
mm,
know what happens when you're trying to get into a gang.
gotta get
You know what I
initiated.
mean? Yeah, you gotta get initiated, you know what I mean? So it's told from both perspectives. Again, basically using the same words. Like if the bar has basically the same 10 out of 12 words, but
Mm.
it's split from the other way. Like I think I'm about to make a playlist and send you all these shits because like
Yeah.
I just fucking love hip hop like that.
I
I mean,
appreciate I absolutely would love to hear the Joyner Lucas stories. I
yeah,
realized last week, I popped on his shit and I was like, how the fuck did I miss this dude? Like I'm a fan. He is incredible. And I always knew he was nice, but like just for
yeah.
whatever reason, his shit never wasn't on my radar.
Bro, he got 3 Little Pigs, which is have you heard that one yet?
Nah.
That's for the latest album where it's basically the wolves go out to get some food and then the pigs stop them on the way home. And it's just you know what it
Oh,
is. It's simple
I
as
gotta
that.
hear that.
He got
He's dope. He's
he,
dope.
he
He's
got
super dope.
Broski. You heard Broski, the one he got when basically his man's it's a story of his man's like he was cool when he was low. Now he getting money. Now his man's acting
Yeah.
funny. But the whole time he tell him, look, I never do anything with like weird, you know what I mean? Then he
Yeah,
asked him for
yeah,
money, and then he was like, oh, you acting funny because you didn't give me money. It's like just so I think I think a problem is there's no Rap City, there's no Channel 142 no more.
Yeah, man.
There's no video, so you can't find out about artists and or see like the
And if
interest.
you and the version of that nowadays is these playlists on Spotify and the top hit whatever joint on iTunes. And if you're trying to essentially hit the algorithm that hits that, then you're compromising your shit a little bit. And I feel like people like I feel like you should definitely not try to touch that. You know what I mean? Like go away from that as much as you can creatively because, you know, somebody said it like the hip hop, the music industry is the tech industry now, you know,
Mm,
because of how much these tech companies control music. And it's like don't let these platforms uh and their little algorithms influence how you do your shit. And I feel like Joyner Lucas
mm,
has made a concerted effort to go outside of that shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And to be like, yo, I'm gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it the hard way here. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he might not be on a lot of people's radar as much.
yeah.
But man, it's fucking worth it to go
He's
through his
definitely
shit
dope.
because
He's definitely dope.
I did my initial dive on him last week. I was like, yo, this dude's nasty.
Yeah.
So, all right, hold on. Let me touch you with it. Well, how many? So you said Lupe, Joyner, and who else?
I said Lupe, Joyner, Skillz, Big X the plug.
Yeah.
I let you go and I actually got a whole bunch more, so we can just talk, man.
All
Let's
right,
go.
I only got like two, yeah, three more. So I think that people would say that Kendrick, you know, because I listed Kendrick as not in my favorite, not in my not mentions or whatever. Like, of course, we talked about how talented he was. I think people would be like, yo, you can't leave him off. He has told some really dope stories, mainly Duckworth, which apparently is a true story,
Mm,
right? About how his father and Top Dog actually interacted with each other. That his father was working at like the Kennedy Fried Chicken jump off, and Top had something to do with protecting him. Like I think they robbed the store or something, and then, like Top was an OG in the hood. Like there's some I forget the actual details of that story, but that story is incredible. And also the story that Kendrick tells on Carter Five is
mm.
nuts. Like I think you know if you remember that, like he really stole. Wayne's story was on Carter Five was dope, and then Kendrick came and stole that one. Um, I'm a
Section
shout
80?
out. No on Carter
No,
Five.
I'm just saying on Section 80 he
Oh
had
yeah.
a
Of
good amount
course,
of stories.
yes. He got dope stories on there, and the stories. I mean, and obviously the whole Good Kid, Mad City, the whole album is a fucking
Right.
story. You know what I'm saying? Which is
But you could
incredible.
play either way.
Right. Exactly. That shit is. I would shout Common just for Testify. Testify is an incredible story, and Testify as opposed to all these other records that we mentioned, Testify is in the format of a hit record,
Mm,
right? Like the verses are not any longer than 12s. I
mm,
don't think he even goes a full 16 on any of them. And the fact that he can tell a whole story as detailed as he did with a real hook at the end and all of that shit and do it in the format of a hit record that you could play on the radio, like that's an incredible feat. And my last one will be Cool G Rap.
mm,
Cool G Rap, I mean, people will tell you that Road to Riches is one of the greatest hip hop stories of all time. And
mm.
apparently that shit is true.
Okay.
I heard him on a podcast. Apparently, a lot of the stuff from Road to Riches is actually true. That Cool G Rap was like literally on the run at one point, and that like really dealing with mob figures and like that dude's really in the street like that. So yeah, G Rap Road to Riches is that you know I'm sure his and Ill Street Blues was
Mm,
a dope story, you know, but I think he deserves just for Road to Riches he should just be deserves to be on my list.
okay. Okay. A couple of songs I name off rip. Slackville 79 by Devin the Dude.
Oh man, I love Devin.
He's definitely one of the great storytellers also.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, a song called You Grew Up by Oddisee. Did you check for Oddisee?
Not like that, but I know of him.
When you were talking about how Wale didn't use the go-go joint, I felt like Odyssey took that method and ran with it. And if more people, I wouldn't say if more people, he's another one of them dudes who yo, this is what I do. I don't care about how y'all think shit should happen. This is what I do.
Right,
And he
right,
changed the
right.
world. So he's
And
doing
he's a DC cat, right?
yeah,
Odyssey.
yeah.
Yeah,
PG. Well, don't give me this.
DMV.
No, yeah, don't give
Yeah.
me the. Yeah, yeah. But yes, definitely. He's definitely one of my favorite artists anyway. But You Grew Up is definitely fire. It's about a black and white kid or immigrant, white kid and an immigrant kid. White kid, fat dad loses his job. He doesn't let his kid play with him anymore. White kid grows up to be a cop. Just that.
Mm,
It just in
that's a dope story.
he's very vivid. Nipsey Hussle just off Blue Laces too. When he fucking
Yeah.
killed that story
I
was
love that
crazy.
record. I love that. I love that record. That record's so dope, man.
Guilty pleasure, man. Took Her to the O by King Vaughan. Yo,
Ah,
King Vaughan, yo, his storytelling skills. And I checked this out because I tried to listen to more songs. I feel like either three of those stories are the same or he does the same shit all the time. Which is very possible because like
young dude.
yeah, but Took Her to the O is just it's just so
Bro,
it's just
by
so
the time I got up on King Von, he had died.
yeah, like you're like
By the time I heard who he
oh,
was, he did the joint with Flex. And then like a few weeks later, I was like, wait, what?
mm.
It was like who is this dude? He was
King
already
Von
gone.
dead or in jail.
He dead.
Man, niggas die every day, B. And then Eminem's first album.
The guilty conscience and Kim. Man, how could I leave him off for Kim? The Kim stories are fucking hilarious, yo.
Yes, man. The joint, the party joint, the mushroom joint, like it's just
Yeah.
everything. Another random is Don Tripp, and Nick F dropped a album called Specimen, which is
Mm.
basically a comic book. And so
Yeah, I heard him. Yeah. Yo,
just off
man,
that, that's just
that fucking that joint is crazy, yo. That he needs his own conversation. I don't get too much into I like Radio B, but when I listen to his shit, I don't like his music as much as I respect his art, and I know how
mm,
you feel about him. Like
yeah,
I think that the talent is just out of this world, and
yeah,
it's difficult sometimes to harness that much talent. That's why producers are so important,
yeah.
But whatever, like he's dope. But Nick's shit, man, like man, he's got multiple albums that are like
And
insane.
it is like every album damn near is like a whole different pocket of style, even though it's still
Right.
him. Like it feel like he
Yeah.
changed. Like he made a big change. I think it was might have been Vices. And so the style
Yeah. Yeah.
completely.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
But then
Yep.
it's if like every album is a pocketed style or a pocketed situation. And then you add in Specimen, which is just a comic book, nigga. Like it's just, yeah, like if we could almost end the show every week with a fave five, and mine would be different every week. And I feel like Nick would be in there every single time though. Like,
He's
and again, I go back, I don't think it's the Richmond in me, but I
yeah.
don't have any other proof. But it's
I'm
like,
a, I'm I'm gonna tell you a funny story about Nick. Um, we was in Shackled Bottom after one of our shows, and I'm almost positive that you was there with us, because you was always there with us. We was at the end of the show. Everybody was outside. It was at the Canal Club, and he didn't perform or anything. People knew who he was, but I don't know. This might have been before he had albums out and shit like that. And he said he threatened the whole crowd with battling. He was like, "Who the fuck wants it? Who the fuck wants it? Any one of y'all? Who the fuck want to rap?" And I'm gonna tell you straight up, I did not. Actually, I don't want it. So the things that you're saying are accurate, sir, Mr. F. I'm not interested in battling. Actually, I'm just gonna stay quiet over here. I just came off stage. If I was any kind of competitive MC, I'd be like, "Yo, let me sharpen my sword against this cat." I wasn't really
hey,
much of a
while
battler.
you're there, not to cut you off, while you're there, I will give props to my nigga who was on the other edge of that because it wasn't an invitation to battle or whatever.
Yeah.
But it definitely was a situation where it's like, well, just nicking them up there. I'm good on mine. Jay was like, fuck this dog. That's a microphone. I'm getting up there. So
Yeah,
Jay definitely, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I
It
will
was
give
it
I
was
will give props to Mike Check. He definitely, if it's a cipher going, I don't give a fuck who's in it. I'm jumping in there. That's Mike Checks.
hell yeah.
That's his MO.
But this was after the show, outside, no microphone, just a
Yeah.
bunch of people standing around. And I don't know if this was before or after the 106 and Park shit, but I know that he came out there and the clip was loaded and he was ready to let that shit off on somebody's face. And I absolutely ducked. I was like, nope, sir, no, sir. I'm okay, thanks.
Yo, funny enough. So this is so funny. I don't know if I ever told this story. Like only a few people know it, so this is funny as hell. So I never consider myself a battle rapper, but I
Right.
did consider myself one of them dudes who felt like I was nice. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I was
Barred up.
hanging.
Barred up.
So I was in a cipher and I was with a known battle rapper who was nice. You know what I mean? So ciphers was going around. Long story short, next thing I know, I'm in a battle that I didn't want to be in.
Right.
And I'm
Right.
getting demolished because I'm not really a battle rapper. I'm just a nigga. I'm nicer than you. I'm nicer than you. I'm nicer than you. This
Yeah,
nigga's
yeah,
pointing out stuff about me, this, that, and the third. Like, I'm like, yo, I
yeah.
didn't sign up for this, dog. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna keep rapping. But this is crazy. Like, why don't nobody else wants to rap? Like, what's going on? I rap again. Like, it was just, yeah. So shout out to my nigga Face out of DC, dog. Like, yeah,
No doubt.
yeah.
No doubt. Funny.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
so I guess we will wrap it up. You have a submission for album that nigga ain't need to drop nothing now after that.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't got one this week because I didn't think of one. These are rare gems though, right? These aren't like
Yeah, I don't think
joints.
it,
I mean, who
I mean,
do you got one?
nigga, I got a list of 'em.
Let's go. Who you got this week?
My next one is actually and I guess it's a duh answer. Remember I told you all my first ones are duh, so
Hmm.
that's a perfect way to end the show.
Ain't
CanIBus.
nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
I'm one of the dudes that actually like CanIBus album. I felt like it had a lot of stuff on there. If he wouldn't have
So
got
you talking about the first one?
yes, CanIBus, yes.
Mm, mm.
Yes, it had some good songs on there, and anything else that came out after that, it was just it was unnecessary. Everybody, like I said, everybody would agree with that. Like, you know,
Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is one of my favorite
yo,
records ever. Yeah, Buckingham Palace and I'll go to my grave telling people that he didn't lose that battle to LL
thank
Cool
you.
J.
Oh my
He
gosh,
didn't lose that
true.
battle to LL Cool J. That I get into an argument with my man, and I hope he's gonna see this because he supports everything I do. He was trying to tell me how that the Ripper Strikes Back was better, was a good response record to First Round Knockout.
It
The Ripper
was a
Strikes Back,
good. It
I
was.
thought that shit was horrible.
It caught me. I say this. It caught me off guard. I'm like, okay, it was way better in this battle thing than I thought. I didn't think he
Yeah.
won. I didn't think his shit was better than
He
it.
didn't win. He
Yeah,
didn't win.
and
Like
that's
the New
after
York New
the
York DJs came through and shut it down, essentially. The
yeah.
New York DJs was like, nah, and the fans or whatever. He didn't win. And that was the beginning of battles that got won for outside reasons. Drake and Pusha T. Like I understand why people think that Pusha T won that battle, but the Duppy free he doesn't get nearly enough credit for Duppy freestyle. Duppy freestyle was dumb. Duppy freestyle was hard. It was one day after the Wayne diss that he put on Daytona. It met all the criteria. It was the only problem with Duppy freestyle is that Duppy freestyle was really going at Kanye more than it was going at Pusha T. And this is a theme with all of Drake's battles where
Mm.
Drake has to take it pause from a lot of different angles, like because there's multiple people coming at him for multiple reasons, and like watching the Drake discourse about why he lost that battle to me was really like insulting, like because I felt like people just didn't want to recognize this, like the fact that like there's something to be said for a dude who gets threatened and comes out and gets punched in the face, but still comes outside. And it's like, okay, like he never didn't defend the fucking crown. You know what I'm saying? Like he always came outside. Like, yeah, like, maybe when Pusha T really punched him in his jaw and the whole thing about how what's your man from Rap a Lot? What's his name again? I'm sorry.
Rap a lot.
The
Prince,
CEO,
Miss J,
yeah,
J Prince. I said Prince.
That Jay Prince told him not to respond again to the Pusha T, and everybody felt like that was an excuse. But like outside of that, what he didn't just keep going, and like I don't think he really gave Joe Button the time of day. But for the most part, the dude shows up to these
Yeah,
battles. You know what I'm saying? And
you don't,
like,
but
oh, there's
you don't feel like he won this last battle though, right? That's not a
the one with Kendrick.
yeah.
No, no, no. I don't think he won the one with Kendrick, but I think also people don't don't give enough context to the fact that like this dude is getting attacked by people that he felt like were his allies, and like multiple big name people from, Ross, Future, Metro, and even Travis kind of felt like he was throwing shots. All these people are coming at him. And so that first record, the Drop and Give Me 50, was a pretty brilliant record, man. Like
Yeah.
he's dissing multiple people and he's getting in the ill jabs on all of them all at the same time.
Yeah.
Whereas Kendrick really only had to focus on him.
I mean,
And
I think after that first one, you need to focus on the task at hand.
the push-ups, that's what's called push-ups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but after the first disc, you need to focus on the task at hand because
Yeah, he didn't lock in. He didn't lock
Kendrick
in the
didn't
way
reply
that
to
he
Joey
should have.
Badass at all.
And I don't think he should have.
That's the whole point.
I don't think he should have. Yeah, and I think he made the right call to not respond. So there's a difference between like you scared to come outside versus I shouldn't respond to this. And so I think Kendrick made the right move in doing that because of the space that he's in, essentially. But the Joey Badass shit was great. That shit was great.
We never got to talk about that battle. That rabbit hole I went down was very fun.
It was really, really dope. And the fact
Vaughan,
that I think the dude stood up pretty tall for himself. There were people
nice.
that didn't like all of his records. Like I thought those shits were dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought he was definitely dope. And
but I mean, I fucked around and got his last project. I fuck with the dude. The dude,
yeah,
he nice. It's funny how everything sounds like G and X now, but it's like I guess I wasn't paying attention to the West Coast, huh?
Yeah, it's just a little, it's just a little phase, I guess. A little phase. But yeah.
Oh man. I'll get this on before we leave because it's another cheat code. Old Dirt first album, that was enough.
That's a great one. That's a great one. That's a great one. Because like Pun, the albums that came after it, there were albums that came after it, but there was circumstances surrounding it that felt like this was just thrown together. Like obviously he's on Rockefeller, he was in jail, he looked like he was just trying to get a check. Like, and when they asked him, like, why did you sign to Rockefeller or whatever, he basically said, he was like, yo, I just needed, they wanted to sign me. They threw me in advance. And I get people felt like Dame took advantage of him or whatever. Like it was what it was, but that first one is really like his only one,
Yeah. I mean, of course you don't get the song Hey Dirty, but
love that shit.
Love get everything in life. But yeah, man, this is I enjoyed this again, man.
Yo, man, anybody who sees this, throw it up in the comments. Any of your favorite hip hop stories, man. I want to hear some of these joints.
Shit we can check out, man. I'm definitely down.
Hell yeah.
And if it's whack, I'm definitely gonna reply to your comment.
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna put it in the captions for what we post. Like, yo, what's your favorite hip hop stories? I'm sure people will got a few things to talk about.
All right, bet that. All right, man. As always, I appreciate this, man.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
All right, back here.
In my life, yo, throwing that Nas right now. If you did top 3 influential people regarding dressing, swag, Jim Jones is top 3.
But Nas influenced Jim Jones.
Cap, Chrome Hearts and the BB Simons belts and all that. Jim Jones is like top 3.
So where you put Max P?
Nobody was wearing Ed Hardy. Nobody was wearing True Religion. Nobody was wearing Chrome Hearts. All that was white biker stuff. He brought that into the culture.
How old are you, real quick?
23.
23.
So Nas first dropped 94, right? So that's a different time period where this is not really even checking for numbers yet. He came in at a period where just checking for the skill of the game. You're comparing 2 different eras, and I feel like it's a little bit disingenuous.
It's the difference between being in the game and being relevant. But Jim Jones is more relevant than Nas.
Jim Jones and Nas are in the same era. Jim Jones is 48 years old. Nas is 51 years old. Jim Jones wasn't a rapper and didn't know how to rap when Nas was rapping. No matter what Jim Jones has improved to, it's still not Nas.
But you know it's funny. But you know it's funny. The last Nas album is not better than the last Jim Jones album. It's not better than the last 3 Jim Jones albums. By bars, by everything. El Capo
is better.
The Deluxe.
Cause he said bad bars, bro.
Since the first chronic, been addicted to the chronic. Used to be sticks and seeds, now it's strictly hydroponic. If it's polo, I got it. Right after they design it, I'm iconic for spitting bars that's psychotic now. True story, LSD, we the prequel. We just getting started like preschool. Let me teach you, this is what we do.
Yeah, because you're like, and you're definitely one of them dudes who like, what's up, man? Chilling. like I remember Josephine would ask me shit about you, and I'd be like, I don't know. She'd be like, you don't remember we used to make that joke, niggas don't talk?
Niggas don't talk.
Niggas really don't talk, you know, like we'd be there for hours and like you didn't ask him about like did I ask him about Janice? And I was like, no. like
I think niggas is like, yo, is something wrong here? Bring it up. If not, it's good. Like I'm cool with that. Like,
right.
Yeah,
like your whole birthday was last week.
Yeah.
Didn't say shit. Like didn't say a fucking word.
I'm cool, nigga.